All right, so you've got some music and you are trying to promote it online. Here are some things you're going to want to avoid. First of all, avoid paying for plays. It might seem like it'll help you out because it'll look like you're more established and maybe help your content get reached. And actually, there are cases where that can really help you. But most of the time, unless you're putting a lot of money into it and really promoting it heavy, you're just going to look like you paid for a lot of plays. Most of the time it's really obvious, especially if like there's no comments or no engagement. Most of the time it's going to end up hurting you more than helping you, and you're going to end up wasting a bunch of money on these useless plays. You also don't want to spam your potential audience. I get that it's really hard to get your music out there and get heard, and you want to share it everywhere, but less is more. If you do it too much and you're not doing it properly, like if you're like commenting on people's feeds with links to your work that doesn't really have any relevance to the feed, or if you're just messaging people on Facebook or something like that with a simple link and nothing else, talk to people for a second. No one wants to just get a random link from someone they've never talked to. Like, at least give some sort of conversation, give them some reason to listen to your work. There are relevant ways to share your music. You have to make it happen. Very important. Another problem a lot of people have is not getting everything together in time. I personally have had this problem a lot. I'll finish a song, get really excited about it, want to share it, I'll end up posting it, and then like a week later I'll make like a little image for it and decide it's a single. That is terrible. You should never do that. It makes you look completely scatterbrained. It just looks unprofessional and probably something you want to try to avoid. When you're getting your work together, you want to try to get everything all out at once. Meaning, you want your cover image, you want your thumbnails, you want your video along with the audio, you want your Soundcloud at the same time as the YouTube video. You want to cover all the bases at the same time so it doesn't seem like you forgot a few things. You want yourself to look professional, and you want to portray that image to your listeners. Another thing people will have a lot of problems with is they'll make a bunch of posts, a lot of irrelevant stuff, and none of their posts are really providing any value. Like, it's cool if you just tweet like, yeah, I got a show on Friday, come to the venue, but does that really make anyone want to come to your show? Give them a reason. Maybe post a poem or something like that you wrote about the show, or maybe say like, maybe put together like a video of you practicing a song, and say, hey, we're planning on performing this, check this out. There's all sorts of things that you could do to add value to the posts that you're making, which will in turn bring in more people to your project. Another thing you want to avoid doing, using your band's handle as your personal handle. I have learned this the hard way. Once you do that and start posting your own stuff on it, it makes it hard for you to wash out your handle and clear off all of the irrelevant stuff to your project and clean it up so you can transfer over to a new handle if you ever decide to do that in the future. If you're a solo project, it's not as big of a deal, but it really makes a difference, especially if you're trying to be professional. That is your goal here. Try to be as professional as possible. Always assume that everything on the internet is going to stay on the internet, and behave accordingly. I hope this has been helpful. Please watch out there. There's a lot of things you get caught up in that are not good for you, but you can also prosper if you do it right. I hope this has been enjoyable. Please like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.